requesting host to allow me to on the screen sharing.
Done.
So আজি যোনটো dated 21/01/2024 তাৰ MCQ series যোনটো আছে APSC prelims 2023 যোনটো হয় আৰু 24 ত যেটো হ'ব গৈ আছে তাৰ analysis টো লৈ আইছো আপোনালোকে যিখিনি examination দিলে so first আমি সোধা গৈছিলে যে which of the following is extra constitutional or extra legal services using cooperation and coordination between states of India. So National Development Council, Governors Conference, so ekhini dia goisile Zonal Council, Interstate Council. So your option dia asile 1 or 2, 1, 2 and 3, 3 and 4 and 4 only. So kontu hoy bili koisile extra constitutional. Extra constitutional means ki they are not constituted by Constitution of India. ঠিক আছে? So ইয়াৰ ভিতৰত যদি আপোনালোকে চাব খোজে কাৰেক্ট আনসাৰটো মই আপোনালোকক দি আছো So the correct answer will be 1, 2 and 3. 32 কিয় নহয় 32 is a constitutional body. So what do you mean by constitutional body? Constitutional body মানে কি হয় এটো চাও Constitutional bodies are important bodies in India that derive their powers and authorities from Indian Constitution. So they are mentioned in Indian Constitution. Kintu যোনবিলাক statutory body বুলি কয় বা extra constitutional বা non constitutional body বুলি কয় তেওঁলোকক Indian Constitution define কৰা হোৱা নাই. So that is the difference. So ইয়াৰে interstate যোনটো council হয় যোনটো option 4 ত আছে সেই 4 টো under article 263 of Indian Constitution mention আছে হেতু কাৰণে এটো হল constitutional body. ঠিক আছে ইয়াৰ composition টো কেনেকুৱা হেতু আমি কৈ দিছো chairperson থাকে prime minister members থাকে chief ministers of all states chief ministers of UTs having legislative assemblies administrator of UTs having legislative assemblies governors of states under president's rule 6 union cabinet ministers that are nominated by prime minister. So objectives and all গোটেখিনি আমি আজি কভাৰ কৰিব নোৱাৰিম আপোনালোকে স্ক্ৰিনশ্বট কৰি থব পাৰিব নহলে আমাৰ টাইম লিমিট আছে যোনটো এক্সিড কৰি যাব এই যোনখন কাউন্সিল আছিলে council was established on 28 May 1990 by presidential order in response to Sakaria Commission's recommendation. So my next question to যোৱাৰ আগত আৰু দুটামান চাইডো National Development Council যোনটো হয় অপশন আছিলে it is an apex body for decision creating and deliberation on development matters in India presided over by the Prime Minister and it was set up in 1952. তেনেকৈ Zonal Council 1956 ত আহিছিলে আৰু First Conference of Governor 1949 হৈছিল. Okay. So next question আমি আহো which of the following matters on which a constitutional amendment is possible only with the ratification of legislature of not less than 1/2 of the state. So এনেকুৱা constitutional amendment বিলাকত ratification of the legislature কাৰণে half of the state or consent লাগে কোনটাত লাগে বুলি কৈছে election of president representation of states in president list in the 7th schedule and abolition of legislature council in the state. So there are concepts like simple majority and special majority এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কিছুমান কনসেপ্ট আছে যিখিনি আমি আপোনালোকৰ আগত আলোচনা কৰিছো so Indian constitution correct answer হল 1 2 and 3 1 2 and 3 that means these all are এইটা শুদ্ধ হয় আৰু abolition of legislature council in a state এটো half of the ratification of state এৰে possible নহয় ঠিক আছে So Indian Constitution doesn't explicitly categorize the types of majority required for passing the different bills, but in interpretation of the Indian Constitution provides 4 types of majority. Side of one majority for the simple majority, absolute majority, effective majority, and special majority. Very important. So simple majority means the majority when more than 50% members are present and voting. More than 50% of total of houses total membership. So yate eta sabo ei to 50% of the members present and voting simple majority te ki koribo pare apunar juntu number 4 number point sabo simple majority abolition or creation of state legislative council er kotha mention ase so yate kono dhoroner half of the ratification of state er kotha nahe gotike সেই option to automatically exclude hoy jay absolute majority মানে কি the majority of more than 50% of the houses total membership এইবিলাক হল ক্রাইটেরিয়া কোড ইউজ হয় সিম্পল মেজরিটি কোড ইউজ হয় অ্যাবসলিউট মেজরিটি কোড ইউজ হয় এখিনি আপোনালোকে নিজে অলপমান মনত ৰাখিব লাগিব তেনেকে ইফেক্টিভ মেজরিটি মানে কি হয় the majority of more than 50% of effective strength of the house example কেনেকুৱা যদি 15খন সিট out of 445 লোকসভা সিটৰ ভিতৰত যদি 15টা সিট ভ্যাকেন্ট আছে তেতিয়া 530 হ'ব টোটাল এফেক্টিভ স্ট্রেংথ আৰু তাৰ ইফেক্টিভ মেজরিটি 50% কিমান হ'ব 265 ঠিক আছে effective majority for 530 will be 265 আৰু ইয়াৰ যোনকেটা ইয়াৰ আন্ডাৰত কোনকেটা কৰিব পাৰে ভাইস প্ৰেসিডেন্ট অফ ইন্ডিয়া মে বি ৰিমুভ ফ্ৰম ৰাজ্য সভা through effective majority removal of speaker and deputy speaker of lok sabha and state legislature এইবিলাক real majority তিনটা টাইপ আছে majority by 2/3 of members present and voting majority of 2/3 of member present and voting along with 50% the total strength of the house okay আৰু তাত 3 নম্বৰ যোনটো আছে a majority of 2/3 of member present and voting supported by more than 50% of the state legislature by simple majority মানে half of the ratification of state legislature by simple majority আৰু যোনটো লাষ্টত আছে special majority type 4 to majority of 2/3 of the total strength of the house so these are the conditions আৰু ইয়াৰ আন্ডাৰত কি ধৰণৰে কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ এমেন্ডমেন্টস বিলাক হয় তাৰ বিলাক আমি ৰাইট সাইডে দি দিছো এখিনি আপোনালোকে নোট কৰি লব পাৰিব so So next আমি আহি গৈছো Article 156 of Indian Constitution provides that governor shall hold office for a term of 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office. Article 156 of Indian Constitution কৈছে যে governor shall hold the office for a term of 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office. So ইয়াৰ পৰা আমি কি গম পাওঁ which of the following can be deduced from this? No governor can be removed from his office till completion of his term. No governor can continue in office beyond a period of 5 years. So these all a duita actually not correct. Option ase only one, only two, both 1 and 2, and neither 1 or 2. So answer will be D. Okay. So ki koise 153 article koise ki there shall be a governor for each state. One person can be appointed as governor for 2 or more states. To janibo lage. Article 157 and 158 of Constitution of India specify eligibility requirement for the post of governor. Ki karne ki criteria thakibo lagibo governor hobo karne. He must be a citizen of India, 35 years of age hobo lagibo. He should not be a member of either houses of the parliament or house of the state legislature, or he should not hold any office of profit. Tar pisot যোনটো আমাৰ Article 156 আছে term of governor. এটোৰ ওপৰত question হৈছে. The governor shall hold office during the pleasure of president. The governor may by writing under his hand address to the president resign his office. Subject to foregoing provisions of this article, a governor shall hold office for a term of 5 years from the date on which he entered upon his office, provided that a governor shall, notwithstanding the expiration of his term, continue to hold office until his successor enters upon his office. So until his successor governor নহয় তেতিয়ালৈকে he can hold that prestigious office. ঠিক আছে? Next আমি আহি গৈছো, what is not stated in the Constitution of India but followed as a convention. Constitution on mention নাই, but convention হিচাপে ধৰা যায়। এই গুটেকেইটা যদি আপোনালোকে অপশনটো কেয়াৰফুলি চাই তেতিয়াহলে আপোনালোকে গমে পাব। This is mentioned, this is mentioned, and this is mentioned. If the prime minister has to resign if he loses majority in the lower house. This is taken as a convention. So here the option will be B. It is just an unwritten convention that prime minister has to resign if he loses majority in the lower house. It is neither mentioned in the constitution nor mentioned in rule book of parliament. So apnaloke important topic ইয়াৰ লগত article 56 to চাই লব, term of president এটোৰ ওপৰত question আহে, মই আজি explanation নকৰো। ঠিক আছে? আৰু term of vice president এইকেইটা important হয়, এইখিনিৰ ওপৰত আপোনালোকে নিজে অলপ চাই লব। MCQs বিলাক কৰাৰ আগত কনসেপ্ট বিলাক ক্লিয়াৰ হ'ব লাগিব। So next আমি আহি গলো, which of the following was not proposed by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act in the area of Panchayati Raj? So 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act আৰু 74th Constitutional Amendment Act is very important. So আপোনালোকে 73rd Constitution Amendment Act খন ভালকে পঢ়িব লাগিব, provisions খিনি গুটেখিনি জানিব লাগিব। কেতিয়াবা আপোনালোকৰ মেইনস এক্সামিনেশনো 73rd third Constitutional Amendment or মানে কিয় মানে how it helps to develop মানে decentralization in India, এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ questions কিছুমান আহিব পাৰে। So ইয়াতে যদি চাই গুটেখিনি পঢ়ি চালে আপোনালোকে গম পাব answer 3 is not proposed but not correct. The Panchayati Raj functionaries will be disqualified to hold their office if they have more than 2 children. This is not mentioned. ঠিক আছে? All the remaining options will be true. ঠিক আছে? So 73rd যোনখন constitutional amendment আছে এটোৱে এটা part add কৰিছিলে। The act added part 9 in the constitution যিটো কয় panchayats. Also part 9 of the constitution contains article 243 পৰা 243O লৈকে। Okay, আৰু এইখন একটা এটা শিডিউল এড কৰিছিলে which is 11 শিডিউল, আৰু তাৰ টোটাল ফাংশনাল আইটেমস আছিল 29 টা। Okay, so এই গুটেই যোনখন এক্ট আছে এই একখনৰ আন্ডাৰত আপোনালোকে ফিচাৰ খিনি চাব পাৰে। গ্ৰাম সভা কি হয়, 3 টায়াৰ সিস্টেম কি হয়, ইলেকশন অফ মেম্বাৰ্স এন্ড চেয়াৰপাৰসনস কি হয়, ৰিজাৰ্ভেশন কেনেকৈ কৰে সিট, এই প্ৰত্যেকটো টপিকৰ পৰা কোৱেশ্চন আহিব পাৰে। পঞ্চায়ত ৰাজ ডিউৰেশন কিমান থাকে, ষ্টেট ইলেকশন কমিশনৰ কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ভূমিকা আছে, ফিনান্স কমিশনৰ কেনেকুৱা ভূমিকা আছে। So this act is very important for you. Next আমি গুছি গলো same powers and function, finances, audit of accounts, all these are covered under this act. Application to union territories, exempted states and area, এখিনিৰ ওপৰতো কথা আছে। This act doesn't apply to Nagaland, Meghalaya and Mizoram as well as in certain areas. These areas include the scheduled areas of tribal areas in the state, the hill areas of Manipur with district councils, and the Darjeeling district of West Bengal with Darjeeling Gorkha Hill Council. So these are very important things. So next question to ami goisu, which of the following is or are or is stated in the Constitution of India? Kuntu Constitution of India mention ase boli koisilu. The president shall not be a member of either house of the parliament. This is true. The parliament shall consist of president and two houses. This is also true. So both 1 and 2 are correct. So both 1 and 2 are correct. Article 59 e etu kotha mention ase. So apnaluke articles bilak olop poribo lagibo. Article 59 কি কৈছে, the president shall not be a member of either house of the parliament or a house of legislature of any state, and if a member of either house of the parliament or a house of legislature of any state is elected as a president, he shall be deemed to have vacated his seat in the house on the date on which he enters upon his office as president. So president হোৱাৰ লগে লগে তেনেকুৱা যদি house তেওঁ লৈ আছে তেতিয়া হলে তেওঁ হেতু vacate কৰিব লাগিব. Similarly, Article 79 কি কৈছে, there shall be a parliament for union which shall consist of president and two houses to be known respectively as Council of States and House of People. So both options are true. So we, the people of India, যোনটো আমাৰ preamble আছে, preamble lastত কৈছে, in our Constituent Assembly, this acts do hereby adopt, enact, and give ourselves this Constitution. So acts to mane ki hoy, 26th day of January 1950, 26th day of November 1949, 26th day of January 1949, and none of the above. So do hereby adopt aru ketia came into the force. This is a difference. Etu junkhini first timer he hokole jani lobo. 26th day of November 1949 tate adopt hoisile. So B will be correct, and 1950 come into the force. ঠিক আছে? The Constitution of India was enacted on 26 November 1949, but commenced hoisile 1950 26 January. Next I go, which of the following schedules of Indian Constitution contains the provision regarding Anti-defection Act? যি সকলে জানে তেওঁলোকে ডাইৰেক্ট গমে পাইছে 10th schedule এড কৰিছিল। এই 10th schedule to কোনে এড কৰিছিল? 1985 ত এখন amendment act আহিছিল, 52nd constitutional amendment act. ইয়াৰ correct option to D. আৰু এই 10th schedule কি দিয়ে, কি mean করে? It contains provisions relating to the disqualification of members of parliament and state legislature on the grounds of defection. Aru, the 10th schedule was added by the Constitutional Amendment Act 1985 to combat the evil of political defectors, and is also called as the Anti-defection law. ইয়াৰ লগত related আছে Article 1022 আৰু 191 So 102 etu kihor logot deal kore aru 191 to kihor logot deal kore ami 102 ki koise disqualification of membership 102 ki koise yar mote je a person shall be disqualified for being a member of either house of the parliament if he is so disqualified under 10th schedule. So member of parliament hole 102 2 under 10th schedule under disqualify hobo pare. And 191 2 provision to কিহৰ কাৰণে state legislative assembly বা state legislative council ৰ বাবে। Anti-defection law to আমি বহুত broad topic আমি ভালকে পঢ়িব লাগিব, ইয়াতে বুজোৱাটো ইমান সম্ভৱপৰ নহয় limited time ত। So basically disqualification ৰ ওপৰত mention কৰে কেতিয়া এজন লোক বা এজন মেম্বাৰ anti-defection law আন্ডাৰত 10th schedule ৰ আন্ডাৰত disqualified হ'ব পাৰে, তাৰ কিছুমান rule আছে, সেইখিনি আমি polity ক্লাছত ভালকে পঢ়িম। Exception আছে কাতে Constitution of India recognizes only religious minorities, only linguistic minorities, religious and linguistic minorities, religious, linguistics, and ethnic minorities. So only religious minorities is not correct. Only linguistic minorities is not correct, and D option is also not correct because there is no mention about ethnic minorities. So option C, religious and linguistic minorities দুজনৰ কথাই mention আছে আৰু ক'ত আছে আমি হেতু এতিয়া আৰু চাম। Article 29 কি কৈছে protection of interest of minorities ঠিক আছে any section of the citizens residing in the territory of India or any part thereof having distinct language, script or culture of its own shall have the right to conserve the same. Okay, so Article 29 or under eta ase linguist under Article 29 and 13 under. Okay, so 32 ki ase all minorities whether based on religion or language shall have the right to establish and administer educational institution of their choice. So 1A 2 kitaman subsection as Article 30 right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution. So next ami jao an amendment to the constitution can be initiated by Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state legislature, president. So both 1 and 2 both option D will be correct. Kyo karone power of amendment of constitution can be initiated by either house of the parliament under Article 368. So Article 368 to kotha apnaloke bhalke poribo lagibo, note down kori lobo. Article 368. So Article 368 e power of parliament to amend the constitution aru tar procedure kini mention kore. Here is into 368 ase tar under ki dia ase a amendment of this constitution may be initiated only by the introduction of a bill for the purpose in either house of the parliament, either in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. ঠিক আছে, so broadly discuss নকৰো আমি